It's mid-November. Let's have a look and see how the DIY hydroponic garden is doing. These tomatoes are starting to put out flowers. They're still so small. I don't know how big they're gonna get. We've got a little tiny baby tomato in here. Looks like we're about to get our first pepper flower right here. The orange sweet peppers are about to put out flowers too. I have been thinking for the longest time, once those beans get a little bit bigger, I'm so excited to make my first harvest video. Then I started noticing that the beans, we seem to have less beans than I remembered. And then last night my child was saying about like, oh, that the bean plant has these little beans and they're so tasty. So beans have been eaten. They can get like much bigger and fatter than this. So I'm gonna let it keep growing for as long as my kid lets it grow. This one was further behind it, but it's starting to put out beans. This one was doing pretty well, and then something came along and snipped like the lead part of the plant, so that like died, and so we've restarted it. And I think the same thing that snipped that got my peas. And I gave up on peas, and I'm switching these to beans. Now I've got one more pea plant that I haven't given up on yet, but we'll see. I'm not super hopeful. But what's really exciting is we got our very first cucumber plant. These are quick snack cukes, so it's another small plant. And I was shocked. Not so much that it put out flowers, it was that it put out female flowers. Usually, cucurbits like to throw out a bunch of male flowers to entice the pollinators into the area before they start throwing out female flowers. I looked it up and they produce all female flowers because they don't need a pollinator. They can grow their own fruit. They are independent cucumbers. Amazing. But this round zucchini here, I could see that it was about to throw out its first flower. And then I checked it today and its first flower is also female. Can you see the little baby on the bottom? Now the lettuce. Early on, I pinched out all but one in each of these lettuce pods. I think it did a little too early because some of them are thriving like, some of the lettuces are thriving. Some of them just didn't make it. I restarted these a few times because they just didn't seem to be taking anymore. And I was a little bit worried about the light situation, which I do have a few extra lights that I could add in if we needed to bump that up. They look like they're starting pretty happily. But these are not the same. Instead of planting the Valmain in these spots that were really struggling, I would throw in some of this Winterwonder, the Winter Wonder, because the Winter Wonder, it should be getting less light, but it's so happy. It seems to be doing really well. As far as all the plants that I transplanted when I redid this whole system, this kale is the only thing that has made it. So that's the current state of my grow room.